Maybe not. Can you guys hear us now?
There you are.
We're here. That is on me. I'm going to raise my right hand, and I'm going to say that's on me. I forgot to send them audio.
That's all right. That is all right, brother. That is all right. AG and Raff, good morning, fellas. AG, what's the tip in H-Town, man?
Let me see. It's 45 and sunny.
45 and sunny. That is all compared to here. Raff, what do you got in Huntsville, Alabama, brother?
Oh, I'd say probably about the same.
Well, I tell you what, it is freezing cold here in Lincoln. My hands are cold. It's cold here. And Nick, you're making the drive to Iowa City?
We are. We're making the excursion. So 4-hour, 11-minute drive from the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get there, I don't know, shortly after 2.
There you go.
Are you going with anybody?
Nope. Solo dolo.
Okay.
Yep. Solo dolo. Solo YOLO dolo. I'll meet up with Jake for the pregame.
Mm-hmm.
And then
is he driving back from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So that entire group, AG, is going from the Wisconsin game or the Green Bay game in Wisconsin to the Iowa game.
Oh, nice little weekend.
They just have to sit outside. So
road trip. Yeah, road trip.
AG, last night, did you have a chance? First of all, happy Thanksgiving to both of you guys. Hope you guys both had great Thanksgivings.
Yep.
AG, last night, and I was sharing this with Jake on the spillover, it seemed like Miami was disinterested. Obviously, they only lost by 13, which is not terrible whatsoever. But looking at Mike McDaniel, the sideline, my older brother Mark goes, dude, he does not look like he wants to be there. And AG, when you get a team from the South into Lambeau at that time of year, you played there for many years. Let me ask you this. Point-wise, what do you think it's worth to you guys point-wise in Green Bay when you have a team come in, particularly from the South, into Green Bay?
At least 10 points, easy. Weather, because it's a mind thing, right? Because you got a lot of players in the NFL that haven't played in inclement weather. I mean, anything below 0 or even below 35 or 45 will shake a player. Like I remember, AD, you remember some of our teammates in Nebraska when we got to where we got, like right now, like where it is. It's just, what is it? 20, 35? 18. Remember, it was players from Florida and Georgia and Mississippi, Alabama. They were shook. Like, hey man, I'm not practicing today. Like, and so we used that to our advantage. We would have linebackers. I remember Nate Wayne, Bernardo Harris, when I first got there, they would come out in no sleeves and nothing, and only but a tank top in warm-ups to send a message to the other team. I'll be like, hey, I say, I like the way you think, bro. I say, you playing chess, not checkers over there. And I remember my first year there playing Tampa in the last regular season game. We had an okay season. We went 9-7. We didn't make it to the playoff, but Tampa did, and we had them. But we had them in Lambeau this sort of late December. And I remember some part of the game, like the game started, it was 0 when it started.
Oh my gosh.
And the sun was out. You like looking outside. This is where like places like Wisconsin will mess with you too. Like you look out the window, you're like, oh man, it's sunny. I don't have to put no jacket on. Or it looks like I don't have to. You walk out there, it's like that cold weather. It's like, you better go put your jacket on right now. Or we're gonna give you frostbite out here.
It's piercing. Yeah, it is.
And it's piercing, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking like it doesn't look bad, but no, it hurts. It's 0 degrees and it hurts. And so later in the game, Warren Sapp, because like I said, we're playing the Buccaneers. He's like, look, bro, y'all won this game yesterday. We're going to the playoffs. Y'all can have this. I'm like, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I was like, all right.
It's crazy. I mean, the Dolphins, the stats don't lie, guys. The Dolphins have lost their last 12 games now that have been played under 40 degrees. That's just the thing. I did text Jake. I told you this, AD. Hey, first off, when they interviewed Mike McDaniel at halftime, that dude in his voice, you could hear it. It was cracking. It was shaky. He was uncomfortable as heck. And then on top of that, at some point in the second half, I think it was in the middle of the third quarter, when Miami still hadn't scored a couple of the touchdowns, they were still down by 3 scores or so. They panned to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on the sideline. And those dudes in their heavy coats were still shivering. I mean, Tyreek Hill was out there shivering. And I'm like, it's probably crazy because they're going to get on a flight tonight after whatever happens in this game. And they're going to go back home and they'll be there by, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And it's going to be beautiful 70 degrees and sunny. And it's going to be like, you know what? We're going to forget that game ever happened.
Right. You chalk it up, and it's a mindset thing. You just got if I'm coaching a team that has to go north for any time of the year, any sport, baseball too happens. I'm like, look, guys, look, it's gonna hurt. Get over it now. We're gonna work on this. That's like and you can't simulate heat. or cold weather. You can't simulate it. You can simulate heat. You can simulate heat in a way and water, because what we did in rain games, the coaches would tell our team managers to put all the footballs in water, like soak them overnight, and then we'll practice with wet football. So you could simulate that. You can't simulate hot, and you can't simulate a blizzard or snow or cold weather. That's one thing you just got to adjust to on the run when you arrive into the city.
And Raff, that's going to be something to watch tonight, because it is going to be. It's been chilly in some college football games. Tonight and today is going to be the first day where it's cold. I mean, I believe it's going to be 11 degrees. 11. I've seen both 11, 14, or 18 degrees at kickoff. Either way, it's going to be well below freezing. First of all, I mean, you guys know it. The football is a little slippery when it's a little chilly like that.
The wax sometimes makes it an issue. That if the team managers don't brush the footballs, like you see the team managers at college football games and NFL games, high school games too. I don't think they do it, but college and pro, they'll brush it. They're brushing that wax off, because that wax makes the ball slipperier in the cold weather.
That's something to watch tonight. I don't know what to expect from like a Nebraska offense tonight, Raffy.
Hey, how many? I just look at the yes, and find out which players are from the South, and say, hey, get your mind right.
What does the wind look like for tonight? Have you looked at the wind there?
So as of the last couple of days, it wasn't anything dramatic. I'm gonna check it out real quick as we go to break. I mean, so I don't know, guys. I think it's gonna be one of those where we're gonna start to see a couple of things going forward. Like Ohio State's probably gonna host a playoff game. That's something to watch. You have Penn State, who's in the running to host a playoff game. Indiana. It's not like it's the Bahamas in Indiana. So, I mean, you're sitting there right now in Iowa City. It is 16 degrees, mostly cloudy. At 7 p.m. tonight, it is going to be 21 degrees, but feel like 11. The sunset. I know about that life right there. Do you guys know what time the sun is setting right now nowadays?
Yeah, nowadays I say Midwest. I'll put my on the under like 4, maybe 4.
So the sunset in Iowa City is 4:36 p.m. today. 4:36. The sunset is 4:36 today in Iowa City. That is wild.
For your geography.
At 6:30.
This is that time of the year. Shortest
kickoff.
Shortest sunlight days of the year are coming. So
it's not going to be super windy tonight, so that bodes well for the passing game.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Yeah, sometimes in Wisconsin, man, I'll be driving on this time of year, and it'll be 3:30 and the sun was almost down. I'm like, hold up, time out. What's going on here? I said, you know what? This is why I got to make a change. This is why I'm in Houston right now. I was like, to see the sun go down before 5 o'clock. It's like, oh man. What you doing, Earth, Mother Earth?
AG, before we go to break, I have to ask, what does turducken taste like?
Tastes great. It tastes, the part I eat is I'll say the part I ate was the turkey part. I didn't eat. I had never ever ate the chicken part of it. So
the duck, yeah.
Or the duck. I mean, it's turkey, duck, and chicken, right? No,
maybe it is. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah, it's turkey, duck, and chicken. So I've had duck before, but not that duck. I've had the turkey leg, as you probably seen in my post, or other people posted up for my 2001 game. And me and Brett got the turkey legs, and so Brett he did 2 hand style. I did caveman 1 hand style. I just went into that thing. I was like, I was savage that night, so I went savage on the turkey leg. So.
AG, I retweeted when you were taking bites out of both of them. Raff, I did not retweet your post on last night. AG, I'll let you. I know you have a lot of people. AG, I'll let you just look.
You can retweet it, AG.
During the break, AG, I'll let you look at Raff's Twitter handle, and you'll know why I was not retweeting his stuff. I was like, somebody please take this man's phone.
You'll probably have to scroll down through a couple of the newer posts, though.
Yeah, Raff
Raph,
sometimes
I
gets
love
on these.
you, man. I love you.
I had to mute it for a little bit. I was like,
Did you mute him?
I showed my family.
Raph, I'm
they
sorry,
were like,
you're muted right
the
now.
boys were like, why would he do that, dog?
I'm being as honest and transparent as possible.
It was the wife's idea.
What's that?
It was the wife's idea.
Oh, she made you type that up?
Yeah, she said put it up. She's like, that's awesome. I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
Why are you taking a photo of that? Like,
yeah,
I just wonder, like, what do you have on your camera?
So
roll?
how else would you describe that last?
You just don't say anything.
There's emojis.
The last 33 seconds.
There's less graphic emojis.
Hey, AG.
All the Raff's roadies, go to Chris Raff 7. Look at my Chicago
There's
Bears.
probably a reason why they're not
like
going
it,
to Raff 7
retweet
after
it.
that picture last night, dog.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, we looked at that, we were like, one of my buddies he goes, why?
Yeah, why? I just imagine Raph taking a picture and be like, got it.
AG,
that's a good one.
You know Jeff Bessie.
What? Oh, wow.
See? The best description of the final 33 seconds. That is the best description.
Facts. I'm with you there, Raph. I'm with you there. Because I'm watching it. I'm like, why doesn't either Caleb or Eberflus call the timeout right now? Because
here's the deal. We're going to discuss that when we come back because you know what, you guys all do seriously.
Like,
Raph, what you posted is exact truth. I wouldn't have posted it was the truth.
Hey,
100.
It was
that's cold-blooded, Raph, though. That's cold-blooded. I'll just say that. That's savage. That's savage. Word of the day, savage.
I have a weak stomach. I
know Jeff, God bless you. John Goodwin, God bless you.
Harrison Arns, God bless you.
It was bad. And you know what? I want to say this before we go to break. One of our texters came in. I'll get in a second. I know Chase B, good morning to you. Somebody said good morning.
Chase B said Chicago sports in general are down bad.
Yes, they are. And you know, and Hizzlebear, been up since 5:30 this morning working, getting it in. Chase B, man, actually Hizzlebear, appreciate you as well, brother. He's getting it in. He goes, thanks for being on the show today. Pete, big congrats to you, man. You guys got it done last night, the Cowboys. And I texted Pete because dude, football is
only
better.
Took the third string quarterback.
Hey, Nick,
the New York Giants.
Be nice.
Sorry, yeah, that's right.
Football is better when when your blue bloods, your traditional blue bloods are doing well. I like it. So I was
no, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Shut that down, AD. Shut that down right now.
Hey,
retract that statement.
Mike McCarthy did my dude Deuce Vaughn dirty though on the sideline yesterday.
What did he do? I missed it.
So Mike McCarthy's going up and down the list, or the sideline after they've basically put the game on ice.
Oh, gotcha.
And then he's like dabbing everybody up, and Deuce Vaughn's next, and he just completely skips over Deuce Vaughn to go over to Brandon Cooks.
He was too short.
Maybe it was his height. Maybe he didn't see him.
Come on, he was right in front of him, had his hand out.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not.
Come on.
Well, I'm high-fiving AG because his Packers took care of business last night, and now the Broncos got a 2-game lead.
Yes, indeed. We're going to discuss NFL when we come back, folks. Of course, the top of the hour, the 9 o'clock hour, the last hour is going to be all Huskers, Iowa. There's a lot to discuss with that. I mean, a lot to discuss with that. But we got NFL when we come back. Also, history, little NFL history, both of those. But at 9 o'clock hour, a lot of Iowa, Nebraska, a lot at stake for a lot of different reasons. And also next week on Wednesday, signing day, and also that portal begins to open up, and it's going to be crazy. And I think that's going to probably start tomorrow as far as that goes.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of announcements. Folks, we'll be right back. Thanks for riding with us this Friday. Happy Thanksgiving. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through December 3rd is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hi, I'm Steve Carpet for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12 months same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402 888-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bum, 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 bum. Folks, we are back on this balmy Black Friday. Text us let us know if you're out with the sales right now. If you're out and about, me and Nick were talking about on the way in. I'm not a Black Friday guy. I'm not going to mess with all those people. I'm not waiting in line for none of that stuff, especially with the day and age that we have things on our phones, laptops, and iPads, etc.
And
some people like it.
Amazon.
I mean, I don't knock anybody that does it because for some people it's a family affair. They all, they corner stores and things like that. Raff and AG, real quick in 30 seconds before we get to the scores from yesterday's NFL games. AG and Raff, are you guys Black Friday guys? AG, go first, man. Are you a Black Friday guy?
No, it's called Amazon.
Cyber Monday.
Why? I mean, I grew up watching my mom, hearing the horror stories from my mom and dad going to Toys R Us to fight for Optimus Prime. And I'm like, what? He said, yeah, I had to shut this guy out the way and this, that, and the other. And then, when I became a dad and started Christmas shopping, and it was the funny one. It was in Green Bay. I'm driving. I'm like, I drove past Best Buy. I drove past the mall, and I went home.
Yeah.
And I went online to websites. I'm like, oh, I was done in like 30 minutes.
Yep. Out.
I would click, type in my credit card number. Oh, this is the color she wants. This is the size.
Done.
Click. Again, click. I'm looking at my clock. I'm like, dang, I'm Christmas shopping is done. Oh, oh my God, it's amazing. I've seen videos of people. I mean, they made a movie about it pretty much. That one Thanksgiving movie they did last year, the horror movie. Every holiday now has an official horror movie to represent it, just so you know. But in that, they had a scene where they opened the doors. It was Black Friday, and people they went savage. They were throwing stuff at each other and stabbing each other with things. I'm like, I didn't know that a can of Campbell's soup could be a deadly weapon. I'm like, good gracious.
No.
So yeah, I mean, that was a movie that was to the nth degree, right? But no, I'm not. I've heard of other people going out and having a fight and headlock people over some was it the little bears that from back in the day? I think that everybody has at least one in their house. I can't think of the name. Oh, what was the name?
Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies. Yes, the Beanie Babies.
Those
yes,
are expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
Those things
yes, they are.
Yeah.
You could put kids through college with those things now, and Pokemon cards.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Raph, is Tracy and baby girl, are they Black Friday shoppers at all, right?
No. But there was a time back in the day, Chris and Dana had come to Alabama, and Dana, she would have like pregame the night before and have all of her newspapers, like all of her ads and stuff. And then, so this was back when Lacey and Lainey were two little babies, like 2-year-old, 3 and 2-year-old. And Dana would come up to me and Chris and be like, all right, here's what you have to do. And she'd give us like a diagram where we had to drive to and go to at like 4:30 in the morning. Oh, it was insane. But yeah, she used to go all in on that. But thankfully now we're in the age of the Amazon world, so no more Black Friday shopping.
I'll be honest, guys. I'm disappointed in the amount of online. I don't blame people for online shopping
because you want to take care of local. I get that as well.
But I'm disappointed in the amount of in-person or the lack of in-person shopping nowadays. Just in general. Now, I am with you, AG and AD. I know you're in the same boat. We don't like people. We don't like.
I know. I didn't say I didn't like people. Pump your brakes.
Let me rephrase.
Rephrase that, bro.
I like people. I don't like dealing with crowds. At like grocery stores, or person. I had to deal with it on Wednesday in grocery stores. They were madhouses, man. I forgot like 3 ingredients. I ended up just getting them delivered. So here's my thing though. I miss the days of going through a catalog and like circling the Christmas
Yeah.
presents that I wanted. I missed that piece of it. Yesterday, I got on my laptop and I'm looking online at the Target deals, and I'm just like, this is no fun. First of all, I'm looking for like, vacuum cleaners and more practical stuff now instead of toys. But like you're sitting here going, dang, I miss just the amount of like buzz that surrounded Black Friday, because now it's all around Cyber Monday. And
you would have loved the 80s, Nick. Back when shopping malls were the
80s and the early 90s. Yeah, that would have been, you would have been.
Where's a roller rink? Where's a skating rink? I mean, is there a roller rink around here somewhere? They closed Skate Zone years ago.
Is the one skate place in Omaha still open? Skateland?
I don't know.
I have no idea if there's a skating rink.
Yeah,
I know it's Lincoln right now.
It was over by Northwest High School. Everybody in Omaha would go there.
Yeah, we used to take, growing up in the elementary school, our field trips, like on whether it was Valentine's Day or whether it was like a Halloween, we would have field trips to Skate Zone here in Lincoln. And so that was the one time that we'd be able to go, rollerblade. No, I don't even know if it's rollerblading, just skating.
They have rollerblades now at places I've been to. Yeah.
Well, a few from here from the text line before we hop in the NFL. Greg and Lincoln, good morning to you, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you, brother, and happy Black Friday. He goes 3 hours in line at Nebraska Furniture Mart to save $125. Never again.
Dang.
Jesse from Milford says, Jesse Milford, good morning to you. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. I watched two ladies scratch, bite, and claw each other over a Tickle Me Elmo when I worked at Walmart.
Awesome.
Hey.
1983-84 Cabbage Patch Kids at Target.
People were losing limbs.
That
was all over the U.S., Cali to Florida, New York, everywhere. I remember that whole Cabbage Patch Kid thing.
I don't know if I ever told you guys, if you guys know this about me. When I was 14, I think maybe even 13. I did seasonal work at Shields.
Okay.
So through the Christmas season, I was one of the dudes. Either I was the one that was like folding the t-shirts, making sure everything was good. I was answering phones. If you got to answer phones, you got paid an extra quarter an hour.
There you go. Hey, were you 13 years old?
At the same time?
What'd you say?
Were you doing Shields and Amigos at the same time?
No, I think Amigos I started with like the new year, and Shields was during the end of the year, obviously during the Christmas season. But what I'm going to say is the first quarter,
that extra quarter is about that life.
100%. Yeah, I mean, you get a couple of those. You work a 4-hour shift, you're talking about an extra $2. Or, you're talking about an extra $1. Anyway,
either way, it sounds good.
Is I was pulling up because I got to get there like 2:45 on Black Friday, 2:45 in the morning. And there was this line out in front because they were releasing a new Jordan shoe. And so that was a big one just a couple of years. I mean, what would have been 9 years ago now when I was 14? That was the big one for a lot of people that were lining up at Shields. And Shields is crazy. I mean, you guys know that. Shields is crazy as it is. It was bizarre. It was bonkers on Black Friday.
OG Les Lancaster, good morning to your brother. Happy Black Friday, happy Thanksgiving. He goes, the home of Jake Sorensen has one, talking about the skating rink, and there in Beatrice. And he goes, also just saw the absolute unit that is Coach Bush at the gym. There you go. There you go. And Pete Ferguson, Petey Ferg, happy Thanksgiving to you, brother. Happy Cowboys win. He goes, Sears and JCPenney Christmas catalog was full on
all day.
Yes, it was.
Hey, East Bay Magazine. Remember East Bay Magazine?
East Bay, yes, AG.
Oh my God. That was in Wausau, Wisconsin, the headquarters. So it was about an hour. It was an hour 20 north of Green Bay. And so I was able to make a good connection there with one of their representatives that showed basically the shoe representative that like will go negotiate with all the sports. Football, baseball, basketball, and Nike. So he talked with Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Under Armour, everybody. And great. We were friends for a long time and kind of lost contact just recently. But no, I would be up there all the time. But I was like, dude, like they had catalogs. So if you walk through their offices, they had like the catalogs from the 80s and the 90s. Like, oh man, I had that copy because you could remember the covers. They had athletes on the cover. I'm like, oh, I remember that one.
On top of being able to spend time with grandparents. I mean, that was the highlight of going to the grandparents, though, because you knew that my grandma Sainert had all the catalogs just off to the side, and you plop down on the couch, you got a highlighter, and you started circling the things you wanted.
Well, before we hop into the NFL, I'm going to read this quick text from A.A. Ron. Good morning to you, A. Ron. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. He goes, I made the mistake of going to Target on Black Friday one year, and some lady literally rammed into me with her cart on purpose. Didn't realize it was prison rules out there. And it definitely is. A.A. Ron.
Hey, people used to get so worked up about TVs.
Yeah.
And now it's like, all right, now TVs are just
not a big deal.
Not a big deal anymore.
You go get a 54-inch for $120.
There was this one. You know what I got most excited about yesterday was this set of knives, Gordon Ramsay knives at Target.
You're terrible. You're a terrible chef.
Here's this. Yeah, right. Yeah. Send it back.
You are so 23, Nick.
No, but here's the thing. Is they were normally. I'm going to tell everybody the deal of the century here. The Gordon Ramsay knives, they're like $540 regularly for like the 17 count. They're on sale for $129.
Oh, that's a steal.
I was like, this is a steal. It's over 50% off. Gordon Ramsay doesn't mean he can cook like him. But hey,
right. Facts. You check yourself. Check the ego at the door. Just because you got just like the shoes, just because you got some Jordans on, ain't gonna mean you're gonna be dunking and shit like Jordan.
That's
right. Hey,
you guys,
pump
here's
your
the
brakes.
scores we got real fast. I'm gonna read the scores, but I want to get AG and Raff and Nick all your opinions on this game. Because first of all, we got the Packers, of course, that won last night. Congrats to AG, 30-17. They took care of that game in a very cold game. Giants and Cowboys, good game, 27-20, better than I thought it was. So, Pete, big shout out to you, man, for getting it done last night. But you guys, I want to talk about Nick's Detroit Lions and the Bears before we go to break. It was Nick, AG, and Raff. Raff, you're on that text line with the other group. Nick said never doubt. But, Nick, you remember what I posted in, Raff? Remember I said the Bears will find. Remember,
that's why there was never a doubt. It wasn't anything that the Lions did. It was what the Bears were doing.
AG, I texted this to Raff and Nick and DF and Foreman. About 2.5 minutes left in the game, maybe more than that. I said the Bears will find a way to lose this game. Raff, I'm gonna start with you first, man. If you are a Bears fan, and AG, I want you to think about this. How much of a malpractice was that last night to watch that game? To the Bears, they claw and fight their way back in. And to do what they did, and I'm going to say, granted, there are players that have mistakes as well. There always is, but not to use your timeout. Raff, what's your thoughts on an AJ Brady go on deck?
I'm just surprised he still has not been fired yet. I mean, that was horrible. The way their years went, and then to have that happen the way it did on Thanksgiving. I mean, I'm surprised he has not been fired. I mean, that was horrible. You had 33 seconds left. And when things were starting to go crazy, and then the best was Jim Nantz. Like he saw it happening. He's like, "Oh, we're on the verge of something horrible happening or whatever," and it did. It surprises me that they still have not. Maybe they're waiting until maybe Monday, or I have no clue. But that was exactly what my tweet was. That's exactly what it was. It was complete dog poop.
It was bad, man. Real quick before you go, AG. Tom from Illinois, 57 Rhode Island. No leftovers. Only new food for game tonight, wings and nachos. Tom, thanks for tuning in, brother, man. And safe travels if you're traveling, but enjoy Rhode Island if that's where you're at, my man. You said that. So, Tom, appreciate you for checking in, brother. AG, look at, it's at Eberflus. How do you pronounce it?
Eberflus.
AG, if you're Eberflus, and AG, you've had plenty of tangos with Chicago. AG, you have Detroit on the ropes in Detroit, a team that's only lost one time, I think it was week 2 or 3 against the Buccaneers. That's their only loss. They have basically beat the brakes off of everybody. So last night was basically, yesterday afternoon was their first game that was in contention for a number of weeks with Detroit.
Right.
AG, if you're the front office of Chicago, what are your thoughts on that though, bro?
Just like it's just poor management of making a decision and being decisive. And that's it. It's that simple. All you had to do is either one, as a coaching staff, Eberflus or OC, say to Caleb, we have, because in that type of situation, you should have 2 or 3 plays like set in the huddle. Like Brett would come, Aaron would come to the huddle, or Brett would come to the huddle and say, hey, these are the next 3 plays. If we get the ball out of bounds, we stop the clock, we're going to do this. If we not, if the ball's in the middle of the field, this is what we're going to do. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And then we're just trying to get to the 25 so we could just get Ryan in the field goal range. Let's do that. Get off the field. If we got to call a timeout. So we're talking among just the players. Like, we already know this. Granted, so minus Caleb Williams, he's a rookie. So this is something, regardless of in the moment, he's probably not thinking that. That's where the coaches got to come in and say, hey, Young Buck, this is what we're going to do real quick.
Right.
So when you throw the ball here and there, we got one timeout. I'll say, unless we're in field goal range, that's when you burn it. We can make the field goal range, burn that timeout so we can get on the field and at least fight till overtime. That's what we're working for. Let's get to overtime. That was best. I'll say, wasn't the best scenario. Best scenario was throw a deep ball, somebody catch it in the end zone. DJ Moore was having a hell of a night running routes on people, so he could have got open, and because he did it before a play drive before that. So right there it was just, I'm sitting there, it's like, is it just me or is somebody gonna not realize
how'd your wife
have a
handle
timeout?
that, AG?
When we've been married for so long, every time when the Bears do this, her and my son are both Bear fans, and they call each other. It's like, Mom, what we gonna do? Well, they're like, what is going on? What are we gonna do? Ahman was right. Ahman is right all the time, because I tell them, like, it's a problem between coaches and some of the players' mistakes, and they just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't even want to So this time of year, this is where Mom, my wife, and my son Virgil, they check in. It's like, we're not Bear fans anymore until after the draft. Then after the draft, they'd be like, all right, we drafted. We had a good draft. They're like, that's not good. That's not good to be going off of that.
We got to go to break here in a second. But is it wrong of me to say that this is as much on Caleb Williams as we're talking about it is on Matt Eberflus?
100%.
If you watch the last play, and this is what I thought in the moment, is Caleb Williams gets them all up to the line, and he sits there. I went back and watched it. For 7 seconds.
Eternity in football.
And I understand that he's a rookie, but we can't act like Caleb Williams hasn't played a lot of football. In his
I wasn't saying that when I was doing my description.
I know you weren't. Yeah, to know just basic football situations.
Basic football, like even if I'm the running back on the field, I'm like, hey, ref, boom, boom, boom. What are you doing? And I'm looking at my quarterback like, bro, would you see the clock?
Yeah,
I almost pulled the trigger a few times. Yeah, I didn't have that. It came close a few times when I was in Green Bay. It came close a few times where I was about to go boom, and then Brett did, and I'm like, okay. I was like, hey, I pay attention now. Let's get this to overtime. We could do this.
That's where I kind of landed. I was like, as much as people want to get mad at Matt Eberflus, first of all, Eberflus didn't commit the penalty to drive him back even farther, and then second of all is
which one was that? Some of the penalties too.
There was a holding penalty, right, that drove him a little farther out of field goal.
And that was O-line, right?
Offensive line. But I'm just sitting there going, like, this is as much as on Caleb Williams as a quarterback in the National Football League as it is on Matt Eberflus, the head coach.
Well, let me get this in for our history segment. That is part of our history segment. The Bears in Detroit have played. I just looked this up. I was wondering how many times they played. 210 times the Bears and Packers have played each other. I didn't look up who the kind of the record between the two, but 210 times, counting last night, made 210 times. And that is brought to us. Everyone's heard about testosterone replacement therapy, but how do you know who to trust? Ageless Men's Health is the nation's leader in testosterone and weight loss. No upselling, no unnecessary supplements, just real solutions with a team of registered nurses and nurse practitioners. They look at your whole health and create a playbook you'll understand. They use the best products, including HCG, to keep your body safe, protect your fertility. This is the best team in the game, and they're ready to earn your trust. Google Ageless Men's Health Lincoln and check out their 175 plus 5-star reviews. Folks, that was the history segment. Packers and Bears have gone back 210 times. When we come back, a lot of Iowa. And Nick will be heading there basically in about an hour heading to Iowa City. And all you that are heading to Iowa City, safe travels. We'll talk about when we come back, folks. It's The Drive, 97 Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings, your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane. Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning December 1st. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your holiday, birthday, or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at doubleeagle.golf.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at christmaslightsinlincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Make the short drive to Pleasantdale and enjoy a great meal at the P. Dale Pub. From prime rib, patty melts, ribeyes, drink specials, and so much more, the P. Dale Pub provides a small-town feel with exceptional service and delicious food. Visit the P. Dale Pub in Pleasantdale today and watch their Facebook page each week to find out their dinner specials. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Iowa. Folks, Nick is be heading out here in about 45 minutes, actually, to Iowa. Iowa City, where it goes down tonight at 6:30. Folks, text us in what your predictions are. We'll give ours towards the end of the show, of course. AG will give his from Houston. Raff will give his from Huntsville. Nick will be there live. Nick, I am glad you are inside, my brother.
I am as well. I do not want to be outside.
No, not at all. You guys, this game is intriguing to me for a number of reasons. Probably one of the most intriguing in a long time. Of course, we lose last year to a walk-off field goal. We have the ball in our hands, and I think it was Harburg. Am I correct on that, Raff? That threw that pick.
I believe so.
Yeah, that threw that pick to end the game. Iowa obviously went to the walk-off field goal to take care of business. You know what? As much as I despise them, Raff, I think you were there when Kirk Ferentz was here for the Remington Award 2 years ago.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. And Kirk Ferentz, had a good time talking with him. Kirk Ferentz, I'm going to tell you right now, love him or hate him, Kirk has been there for 26 years at Iowa. He is the dean of the Big Ten, and I think the dean of college football as far as that goes. And I could be wrong on that, AG, Raff, and Nick.
No, he
if
is.
I'm wrong, please correct me on that. If I'm wrong, text line, let me know. But I don't know if there's another coach, at least at your Power Five in your big conferences, that has been there as long as he has. You know, Mac Brown, of course, was released from North Carolina, but he was at Texas previously before he went on the kind of hiatus for TV commentator, et cetera, color commentary, et cetera. But Kirk Ferentz, love him or hate him, the dude gets it done. It's not pretty. It's not exotic. Of course, he had to let his son go as the OC last year there at Iowa. And Iowa's numbers, they're playing with a third-string quarterback right now as far as that goes. But say what you want, they keep winning. And that's the reality. So game respects game. The only thing, you guys, that just rattles my skin with Iowa fans, and not all, I don't want to make a blanket statement against all, but they make themselves more relevant than what they are. I'm like, okay, until you have some championships.
Sound like Wisconsin Badger fan.
Oh, AG, you were AG. I've never heard it better. You were spot on. Wisconsin and Iowa fans are very similar, and they want to bring themselves into relevancy, but they have no national championships. People and Iowa say, well, you guys haven't won one since 1997. Well, we still won one. You can't say in Iowa since that. No, you've never won one.
Five.
So I'm going with that. You know, you've not won
five.
One. What's that?
4 or 5, right?
Yeah,
we won, not just one.
Yeah, we've got multiple national championships. Now, it's been a while. And we had a conversation last night. My brother Mark, who was a former equipment manager for Nebraska, and Keenan, my middle son Keenan, they had a discussion. And because Keenan, he didn't storm the field. Obviously, he's 2 years out of college. He goes, we went on the field. He goes, Pops. He goes, you got to understand, Uncle Mark, what was normal for you and Pops and Uncle Daniel, he goes, was abnormal for us, basically. We never seen Nebraska relevant or even go to a bowl game since he goes, Dad, I was like 14 or 15 years old the last time I seen Nebraska even go to a bowl game, as far as that goes. So Mark goes, yeah. He goes, I can understand it. He goes, but I remember the days, he goes, when they were throwing oranges on the field when we beat Oklahoma. He goes, for us, we would have bowl representatives there in their jackets. And he goes, we were telling them, we ain't going there. So it's like the Fiesta Bowl, as Terrell Farley is assaulting someone back in the engineering room back there.
He knocked down our painting.
I think he dragged down the painting right there. Javon Woods will not be happy, but I think it's okay. But nevertheless, Raff and AG, before we go into the numbers, we dig deep in these numbers because we're going to talk about this for the entire hour. And Nebraska fans, and if you're Iowa fan too, that's fine. Let us know. Let us know how you feel. AG, first of all, Iowa week, and I'm going to go this 30 seconds real quick before we dive into the numbers, and I'm going to get you guys again. AG, Iowa week, Raff, Iowa week. Nick, you're going. AG, when it's Iowa week, granted, what's your feelings? It related to the NFL, who is Iowa to you in the NFL?
Good question. Man. To me, this has been more of like a forced rivalry because of the Big Ten, and I get it, border battle. I get it. To compare to the NFL, between the Hawkeyes and the Badgers, is like going in the NFC North. You know, it's Detroit and Chicago, and Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's how I relate them to, because really, you throw the records out, you know. The records don't matter. The teams are going to show up. We saw that last night with the Bears, right? Regardless of the big mistake, the Bears were about to beat a team that they should not have been in a position to about to beat, right? Detroit should have did their job and put up what they've been averaging, 32.7 points a game, and they didn't do that. So, like I said, throw the records out. You got to play a little, obviously a little bit more passion in this game. In these type of games in general, but then this game too. And you got to finish the season off right, because playing against this team, we already know what they're going to get right now. You already mentioned Jackson Stratton is the third string quarterback, so he's not going to He's not going to be the reason he beats us. You know, they beat us. We got to shut down the run game and play the defense that we've been playing. And we got the defense to do that, to slow down Caleb Johnson, Kamari Moulton as well, to give them something to think about, you know. And then I'm pretty sure they watched our film too, so they'll be prepared. I know Kirk Ferentz will have his team ready, but we're going to definitely defensively, I believe, have an opportunity to do some things, and offensively continue to get better with the help of Dana Holgorsen being on the staff.
Raff and AG, I figured I didn't think about Minnesota, but I knew you were going to say Detroit and Chicago for sure. But you look at Detroit, Chicago, and Minnesota; those are all bordering states for the most part for your days in Green Bay, and it's kind of like regardless of the record. And I think that's going to ring true tonight as well. Raff, you think about Iowa tonight, and you think I want to bring this to you, Raff, because like I said, you're very studious when it comes to sports. You know stadiums. How special, Raff, though, is that stadium? They have obviously the tradition. Waving at the Children's Hospital, which I think is probably one of the best traditions in college football, I would say, with those kids and their families going through. So I do love that about Iowa, how they do that and honor those kids and their families to do the wave. But Raff, going in there tonight, the last time we were there, it seems like Nebraska football sometimes can't get out of their own way, but you think about how tumultuous it was. You had Mickey Joseph as the coach. Of course, our very own Bill Bush was a D-cord at that time. Going in there now, 2 years later, you don't have Trey Palmer that can bust the top open. You don't have an experienced quarterback as we had last time as well. Raff, going in there tonight, though, if you're Dana Holgorsen, which we'll get more in this as well, what is your mentality? We'll talk defense in a second, but what's your mentality going to a foreign territory? Well, it's really not foreign to Dana because he's from Iowa. He's coached against him before. It's going to be, Nick, what would you say by the second quarter? What, 11 degrees, maybe 10?
If that. Yeah.
So, Raff, you're going in this game. You've got a hot running back in Emmett Johnson right now. What's your game plan, Raff, going into this game, 6:30 tonight in Kinnick Native?
Oh, man, it's right now. I'm not sure, where he leans to. You definitely want to get the ball into Emmett Johnson's hands. I think the key thing for Nebraska is that he just stays that no-nonsense way of coaching. If you make a mistake tonight, you'll probably be getting cold on the sidelines. And I think you got to continue with that way of coaching. And like it's too, like we talk, it's like, I know we've clinched a bowl game, but you still have that possibility of being, a 7-5 team or 8-5 team. It sounds a lot better at the end of the year than being like a 6-7 team or something like that. So I hope that they know they're still playing for some, notoriety, I guess you would say, to where this can be a springboard going into next year. If Nebraska gets on a streak and can win like 3 in a row going into next year, that's huge.
Nick, you think about this today. Like I said, you got a 4-hour and 11-minute drive going into there, which I don't want to get your predictions or anything like that yet because we'll save that. And I'll read a few texts before we go to break and come back again. Actually, we got a few more minutes to go. Nick, you think about going to this game tonight. Yeah. It's going to be cold. Would you say this is a want-to game?
It is. I think every single game is. I think there's going to be a good chunk of Nebraska fans. Number one. Number two, I don't think Nebraska will have to. I don't think we have to worry about Nebraska creating energy tonight. I don't think we will. I think
bring their own.
Everything else is. I mean, like it is a rivalry game, and while it does feel forced, or it's at least has been pretty one-sided for a good chunk of history of it, for the most part, this year, Nebraska should look and say, there's blood in the water here. There's a chance to knock off another opponent. And then, like Raff said, and like AG mentioned, to go 7-5. I think Nebraska, I think back to, what you were saying. I was there in Iowa City 2 years ago on the Mickey Joseph's last game. And I remember watching that game, first of all, and the elation that was on Nebraska's sideline when they won that game. But then also, guys, and this is just I was going to mention this in history. It was just really bizarre because we found out about just prior to the kickoff that Matt Rule was going to be the guy.
Right, that's right.
And it was so. But this was This was one of the most bizarre weekends, and I wanted to mention this in history because technically we do need to get to a break because we're one break behind. But I enjoy telling this story because, guys. So we're on the sidelines. We're hearing the rumblings. Nothing's official yet. And then we hear the rumblings that, okay, yep, Matt Rule is going to be Nebraska's next head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the post-game press conference, you talk to Mickey Joseph, and I talked to Bush and Mark Whipple on the sidelines as well right after the game. And it was a really cool experience. But then you realize, well, crap, these coaches you don't know about their futures.
Right.
Their futures are uncertain right now.
That's a great point.
And so then Saturday, I ended up getting food poisoning at the Mellow Mushroom in Iowa City.
Nick. Yes.
In Iowa City. But I needed to go to the Matt Rule press conference. So I was at the Matt Rule introductory press conference on Monday, suffering from trying to recover from food poisoning from a pizza shop in Iowa City on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And all I'm going to say, guys, the most bizarre weekend, but it was one of the most exciting weekends in 2022 because Nebraska was struggling immensely. They had been through a firing, a hiring, and through everything. And it kind of felt like, okay, maybe Nebraska's getting some light on their program now going forward.
Well, you look at that whole situation, Nick, and like I said, you experienced it firsthand, and it was a very bizarre weekend going in there. Unknown texture 3880 says, AD, Iowa has banners hung up for bowl wins. Yes, they do, which I don't understand that whatsoever. Unknown texture 9893, good morning. Goes, AD, K-State fans and Iowa fans are the same. Never won anything, but think they have. And I totally agree with you. I totally agree. Mississippi Mud Dog, he goes, the Steelers and the Iowa are the same.
Last year, definitely.
They look like them. They play like them. Ugly offense, good defense. They find ways to win. And you know what? I tell you what, Mississippi Mud Dog, good morning to you, brother, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. You're spot on. That's the only thing I like about Iowa is they resemble the colors of my beloved Steelers. But they simply play ugly, and they find ways to win. And I think Kurt Ferentz, those guys, you're looking to do that again tonight. But it's going to be different. When we come back, folks, we'll talk more. We'll dig more into the numbers of the Iowa-Nebraska matchup. And we'll talk more about Caleb as well because the young man, the running back, is a major threat. He's second in the nation in rushing. Ran for $164 in their win 2 weeks ago, I believe that. Well, actually, just last week. So we'll talk more about that as well when we come back, folks. It is Black Friday. It is also Nebraska versus Iowa. 6:30 tonight, Kinnick Stadium. Nick will be heading there here shortly. We'll be right back shortly as well. It's The Drive.
Perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1003769, $395 per month, lease for 36 months with proof credit, 7,500 miles per year, $52.50 to signing, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See delivery details.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars. With the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become healthier, happier, and more fit through our proven combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching. And to celebrate 15 years of success, we're offering an amazing Black Friday sale for all ticket listeners. You will get the Winter 10-week challenge for 40% off and get all of December for free. Start your transformation before the new year arrives. And at the end of the 10-week challenge, someone's walking away with $1,000. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine, and online at fxblincoln.com.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. We're hopping right back on Iowa. IQ Crew, good morning to you. He goes, coaching longevity. Coach Farley at Northern Iowa was there for 23 years, but he just announced his retirement into the season. Yeah, Coach Farley at Northern Iowa has definitely been one of the mainstays as well in college football, and a very good coach, might I add, too. So I appreciate that, IQ Crew. And happy Thanksgiving to you, my brother.
Well, and the reason that he cited for wanting to retire was because of the changing landscape in college athletics. He goes, it's just not what I signed up to do.
Well, you bring up a good point, Nick, in that with Ted and Raff, you know this in our group text with me and him, but off the group thread, and I know Ted doesn't said it's okay to say. He goes, AD, he goes, because Ted had offers. Ted Gilmore, the former receivers coach in Nebraska, had offers. And he goes, AD, he goes, I got tired of going to living rooms. And the first thing I would hear was, well, how much can we get?
Yeah.
He was done. He's done with, I'm not saying he's done with college football, but Ted would tell you he would go probably back to the pros. He was, the former receivers coach at Oakland for the Raiders. He goes, I just don't like where it's at. Coach Osborne, we were talking about last night at Thanksgiving with Keenan, when Keenan did some pictures and Coach Osborne was signing all those in his office 2.5 years ago. And he goes, this is the beginning of a mess. And obviously didn't need Coach Osborne to say that, but just simply for the saying of reference, he just said it's going to be a mess. And we're seeing that mess right now. We're going to see it in full scale. I'm going to say right now, we're going to see it on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
The people hitting the transfer portal, et cetera. But we're diving into Iowa. You guys, Iowa again. And AG, I want to put this out to you first, man. You look at a guy like Caleb Johnson, that he's the nation's second leading rush as far as rushing yards per game. As far as the Hawkeyes, they lead the Big Ten as far as rushing. They're 13th nationally in rushing at 213 a game. What is the homework? Not even the homework, the assignment, AG, and Raff, I'm going to come to you next, for this defense going to a guy like Caleb Johnson. It's going to be a cold game. AG, you've played in plenty of cold games.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a test of wills in this one. What are the keys for Nebraska on the defensive side as far as to take care of a ground game like this?
I say you don't try to stop a guy like that. You try to contain him. Because if you focus on trying to stop him, then you let the other parts of the offense work, where wide receivers get into the game, play the quarterback, play action pass, and all that happens. So contain him enough to where he gets, some yardage, but no touchdowns, and then make that quarterback work for the victory. Make that quarterback and the receiving core offensively. And then defensively, playing against their defense, be sound, no mistakes. Have when we have opportunities to make a big play, if it's a pass or if it's a big run, between blocking and receivers getting off the defender, get open. So take advantage of that on your side, on our offensive side, and defensive side. Again, a guy like when he's second leader rusher in the college football, he's going to get yardage. So don't feel like, oh man, I got to shut him down. No, slow him down enough to where he's not effective in the game. And I mentioned to you all the time this season how a running back can be effective and still win the game. But if you make sure he does not get in the end zone, you make sure he does not have big conversions or explosive runs, he can still have some yardage all in all, but make sure he doesn't get to that point to then where we're focusing on putting 8-9 guys in the box or playing zone because of the play action pass. If they're dictating to us what we should do, then we have a problem. So don't let that dictation happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Raff, from the defense side of the ball, if you would, and we always talk about Big Ty, we talk about Nash, but what about the linebackers in a game like this, man, to where they're going to have to feel and be disciplined and play assignment football?
Yeah, definitely. Want to be wrapping up, want to be, game tackling. He's never down until he's down, so can't be lackadaisical. If you're the scraping linebacker, you want to make sure when that first guy gets there that you're second to get there. Hold on, don't let him get those the yards after contact yards. Don't let him get those. You got to bring him down right away. Frustrate him. The more group tackling there is, that'll frustrate him. You don't want him going 1-on-1 all night. I don't like our chances if we're just 1-on-1, but if we're group tackling, that'll be huge for Nebraska tonight.
Got to do it.
Nick, I'm looking at these stats. The past 6 meetings between Nebraska and Iowa have been decided by 6 or fewer points. 6 or fewer hours. We know the last 2 years ago we hopped out to, I think was it 17-0 we were there at Iowa, Nick? 17-0 lead.
Yes.
Hopped out to a 17-point lead right away. Obviously, Casey Thompson was at the helm as far as quarterback that time. Yet again, we talked about big Trey Palmer that could take the top off. Last year was that. I'm just going to say this, Nick. In my lifetime, like I'm not going to speak for AG and Raff, but in my lifetime, and I'm not going to say lifetime, the lifetime of the Big Ten since Nebraska's been in it. Mm-hmm. That was the most that was even worse than Wisconsin when we lost that one at Wisconsin. We were leading the game and they came back and win. Nick, last year when everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and then we had the ball to literally go down and march and win the game, at least give an opportunity as far as that goes. And for us to turn the ball over, the interception was unacceptable, first of all, and then they beat us. So with those thoughts in your head, now look at this. Past 6 meetings, by 7 points or fewer. The past three games by 3 points, as far as that goes. In the total, and this number is mind-blowing. The total margin in the past 6 games is 29 points. In 6 games, the total margin is 29 points.
And that there's a reason to that of why Nebraska's only victorious in one of those. There's a reason to it, is because Iowa's the program that does all the little things well, and you walk away from the game almost every single year going, except for the 1 year in 2022 where Nebraska won. You go away, you walk away from it saying, what just happened? Iowa, you look at the paper, you look at the rosters, and you say, they don't have Nebraska is better at this position. They're better at that position. They're better at that position. But then you're still on the wrong side of things. And what it looks like on paper means jack diddly poo. Right. So like at the end of the day, it's about discipline.
Yeah.
And it's about who's able to step up and make plays. We can talk about coaching. We can talk about what Dana Holgorsen wants to do. We need Emmett Johnson to run like we saw Emmett Johnson run last weekend.
Right.
And we need Dylan Raiola to be able to make the necessary passes. Now, part of that is Dana and all the other coaches putting them in a spot to be successful. But a big problem for Nebraska simply this year, because the staff is big on, well, we weren't here back 5 years ago, and that's valid. So a big bugaboo for Nebraska this year has been not the staff not putting guys in positions to be successful. It's been the execution or lack thereof. Whether that's tackling, whether that's missed assignments on defense, whether that's biting on play action and being burnt over the top time and time again, or whether that's making simple passes on the pitch and catch offensively. Whatever it may be, you need guys to step up today.
Absolutely. You guys, you think about Tony White. Now think about this. You bring in a consultant in Phil Snow, okay, for the defensive side. I know he was with Coach Rule in Baylor. I know that for a fact. He was in Baylor. A friend of his. That defense, Raff and AG, Raff go first, or whoever wants to go first. What type of pressure is on this defense, though?
I would say nothing different from the rest of the season. I mean, this should be normal walking into any big game this year, or any game, not big game, just any game, because the defense has, I say, even though they have given up points, obviously, to Indiana and some other teams, but those are teams that we know that had a loaded roster. They had teams that we know that was going to be a tough game, and we found out real quick. But with games that where we're matching up, player to player in terms of what we can do offensively and defensively, our defense has showed up, and they have been showing up all year. So they'll do their job. I'm not second guessing. There's nothing in my mind that tells me, this defense is going to have issues. They faced this team before. They faced Workers. They had a running back. They faced Ohio State, who had a running back. USC, right? Yeah. They face schools that have a guy who could do. Shoot, we go back to Northern Iowa.
You're right.
Game, So the defense has been in this situation before. They faced the offenses that had the same makeup of players and schemes that they run. So for the defense, it's like, okay, now we got a different style of runner, but it's a running back in terms of they got to pick up yards any which way, either outside zone, inside zone. We just got to find out what those plays are and make it tough. Because the biggest thing to slow down a running back is start with the offensive line, is get penetration up front. And we've been doing that. We got guys that are potentially going to be Big Ten players of the year, or Big Ten team members, because of what they're doing. Nash and other kid, I keep forgetting his name.
Big Ty
Robinson.
Ty Robinson, are causing problems. And that's what I want. I want to continue to see that. Keep penetrating, because when you try to do inside zone, you try to do ISOs, and you got defensive tackle, or you got your center or your guard sitting in your lap on the exchange. That makes things tough. And I've been watching them do that all year long. So I'm expecting to see the same thing, because by this time of the year, I said this weeks ago, when you watch the film as a player around college football, I don't care what locker room you're in, you've then looked at this film 1,000 times already. So now okay, now I got this type of, center I got to face, or guard I'm going against. I know him very well. I know his move, I know he likes to go here, like the anchor. So all that stuff about them. So you're already understanding what type of game plan as a player individually. Like I said, it's beating the one-on-one, beating that person in front of you. And so Ty, Nash, they know how to do that against this team, against these players, because they faced them over the last 3-4 years of their career.
When we come back, folks, we'll get into some of the stats, stat-wise, where they rank nationally, and also give our predictions, the RGT as well. Folks, it is Black Friday. It is game day here in Nebraska. Thanks for riding with us. We'll be right back. 937 Ticket.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become healthier, happier, and more fit through our proven combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching. And to celebrate 15 years of success, we're offering an amazing Black Friday sale for all ticket listeners. You will get the Winter 10-Week Challenge for 40% off and get all of December for free. Start your transformation before the new year arrives. And at the end of the 10-week challenge, someone's walking away with $1,000. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine, and online at fxblincoln.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at christmaslightsinlincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, the Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited, all built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of November. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80. The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's Black Friday. Hey, I want to give a shout out, Ralph, to our little bro. Cody Stevenson's birthday is today. Big shout out to Cody, Ralph. Ahman.
And you are Ralph's good take.
What's that? What's that?
I was going to give Cody Ralph's good take today. So.
You know what? I'm not going to say another word. We're going to give Ralph's good take to Cody, so we're not going to talk about it. I'm just going to leave it there. We're not going to say.
We're good. We're good.
No, because Ralph, that's a great one, man. That's a great one. So we're going to leave it there. Let's go to stats. First of all, stat-wise against Iowa, Nebraska. As far as rushing offense, Iowa is number one as far as the Big Ten, 13th nationally. They're averaging 213 yards rushing. I want to stick on that. I know we've talked about that ad nauseum, but here's the next one I want to stick on, though, you guys, is their passing offense. Okay, Nebraska right now is 62nd nationally, 9th in the Big Ten. Iowa is 18th in the Big Ten and 128th nationally. With that being said, okay, you guys. Now, first of all, I kind of throw those stats out because the weather is going to be a major factor tonight. AG, you know, gripping that ball, holding that ball in conditions like this is going to be rough. Okay, it's going to be rough. Raff, I'm going to go to you first. How do you handle that? Because you're going to have to pass the ball at some time. All right, because we talk about all this air raid things going on with Holgerson, but you look up on the goal line, he's got big, I think it was Nash that he had in there lined up as one of the fullbacks far as I go.
He had Ty and Jamari.
Yeah, Ty and Jamari.
Yeah.
Lined up. Air raid. No, he's like, no, we're going to line up and run this. We're going to run the pill.
Yep.
Raff, in conditions like this, and AG, I want you to go next because you've played in these conditions before. Raff, what do you, like, I asked you this earlier, but with that being said, it's not going to be the best night to be throwing the ball around.
No, this plays out to be one of those old school backyard, put 9 in the box, almost force Iowa to pass. If you're Nebraska's defense, I think tonight you come out, put your guys in the box and make this an old school football game. You know, whoever's the most physical wins this game. I think Nebraska possesses to where they can be physical. If they have to be. I really like the way that he was using two backs. You know, if we're gonna, run out of the shotgun, I like having the two backs out there. It kind of lends a little bit of surprise to where we're running the ball. So I think Nebraska can line up and be a physical power running football team tonight. It's just, and a lot of it to running the football is you just have to have that 1-2. If you want to, usually that's the key. If you come out there and you don't give any respect or love to the running game, you usually don't have the running game. But if you have that 1-2 to do it, usually you can make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Before we go to you, AG, we got a quick caller, and Matt from Hickman. Matt, good morning, brother.
Hey, man, how we doing, fellas? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Thanksgiving to you, brother. What's on your mind, my man?
Hey, man, I got Coach Bugs in the truck, too, man. We had the Wisconsin game, and you know how he goes, man. He goes every fan day, every spring game. He sweats out. He's in the cold. This win last week, fellas, I was telling somebody else, and I know it's just our 6th win, but this kid, man, he was filled with joy that we're finally going to a bowl game. The first time of his life, man. The first time of his life is 8 years. This was a generational win. My hope is we can keep this thing rolling, not be satisfied, still be hungry dogs, and go bring the wood to the Iowa Hawkeyes, man. They got bad corn anyway. I've got Coach Brooks wants to say something to you boys real quick.
Happy Thanksgiving, go Big Red!
Yeah.
All right, go Big Red. Oh, that's awesome.
Man, happy Thanksgiving to you, Coach, man. Appreciate
Oh
you.
man, oh man, I didn't heard it all, man.
Heard it all.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
AG, let me ask you this. And Craig, good morning to you, Craig. Craig, you got a great point. He goes, Huskers better put 9 in the box all night. AG, we talked about that passing part of it, okay?
Yeah.
And you've done a lot of you did hundreds, if not thousands, of catches out of the backfield in your days, brother. The weather, and AG, you became a Hall of Famer in weather like this.
Yeah.
Like you talked about earlier, you said the mindset. You had a lot of guys, like you mentioned, and we did here at Nebraska as well. The Florida guys, I can think of. First of all, Tommy Frazier himself. I remember Tommy, one of the first cold days. He goes, AD, how did you live here this long in these conditions? And AG, as you remember, Tommy has massive hands.
Yeah.
Massive hands. But he goes, AD, I literally cannot feel the football right now, bro. I cannot feel the football, but he still got it done. The mindset. You talked about the mindset of it. And I told you the numbers with Iowa, Nebraska versus, passing the ball, etc. The mindset going into a game like this where the weather is going to test your mental resolve big time. How did you adapt in that? And what are the Nebraska guys going to have to do that when the ball comes their way, in and out of the backfield? There's going to be some passes, most likely, to in and out of the backfield. The mindset, you're talking to the Emmett Johnsons, the Jamar Banks, and those guys, the Ja'Cory Barneys, etc. What are you telling those guys from a mental standpoint when that ball comes to them? It looks like something like Fred Flintstone threw to them with a ball, a rock in their hands.
Well, just one, prepare how you want to prepare for the game usually. And if you need to add, if you're a person, which I think all the players that I watch the game, they all wear gloves. So if you were a person that works, stick to your gloves. I know a little trick. I will give him little tricks and anecdotes that I used to do in Green Bay. And so Red Batty, being that he was from Canada and was our equipment manager, he had to cater to hockey players. And so he gave me a little trick with my gloves where, the football glove has not changed much, but it's really, really cool designs on that. But that the rubber of it becomes either your friend or foe. It either works with you or it doesn't. So what he would do, the old school mittens that we had back in when we were kids.
Yep.
Take a pair of those and put under this one pair, per hand. Put under that glove. It works as a lining. It works as an insulated lining, and that's all I would do.
So AG, so if you're doing that, you're getting gloves obviously a couple sizes bigger then, right?
No, you actually got to get them a size smaller to fit under your gloves that you're playing in, your football gloves.
I see what you're saying now.
All right, so that was one little trick of the trade. Another one was to take Icy Hot and put it on the back of your hand, not your palm, not on your palm, but on the back. And just keeps your hands from getting cold, because when the cold weather hits, from a scientific point of view, when the cold weather hits, your extremities, all your blood recedes to your heart and your brain. So your fingertips and your toes are the first things to go cold. That's why we freeze. That's why we like, oh my God, my hands hurt, my feet hurt, because your body's automatically has a game plan for your body. When you go into hypothermia, your body's saying we got to put blood into the heart and we got to put blood into the brain. That's why when you have hypothermia, you're hallucinating or you're out of touch because you don't understand, because all your blood has now been from more, I'll say less in the brain and more into the heart, because the heart obviously keeps the body moving. So that's what our body has, a built-in emergency plan for hypothermia. So that's why that goes on. And I'll say if you're on defense, put some little Vaseline on your arms that insulates, just like we put the chapstick on our lips, right? That keeps our lips warm in the winter. Do the same thing with your arms. So I got a long laundry list of things that players could do from O-line, D-line, defensive backs, running backs, wide receivers, quarterback. When you do your pouches, make sure you got the little warm packs in there and make sure you get new ones every quarter, because by the end of the game, you could have an insulated oven in there. I remember one time I had too many in there, and I was like, every time I put my hand in my pouch, I was burning myself because I had like 20 bags in there. I was like, hey, Red, I don't need no more. I'm like throwing them back at him. I was like, I'm good. So you do that. So that means you're thinking about it, but not worried about it. You see what I'm saying? You're not worried about the cold weather. You're thinking about it because you got a game plan to deal with it. And so catching the ball is no different. Once you got your you can feel your hands and all that. It's going to be no different. It's going to, you got to be real as a coach. Hey, it's going to hurt a little bit more because it's colder when you get hit. So be ready for that. If you're on the ground and your hands are on the ground, make sure your fingers don't get stepped on. Now it's going to hurt like hell. That sucks. But we're football players. We got to deal with it. This is what we do. Rain, sleet, or snow, we got to roll with it. We don't care if it's 0 or -77. We got to come out here and play a game and come get a win. So then, as a coach and then player, that's the one mindset at the end of the day. If you don't have none of that stuff, because I remember in Little League, I didn't have none of that. I had wristbands. That's all I had up in Omaha playing for the Boys Club Bears, and we had to go get it done. So you basically got to figure it out eventually. If you don't have all these luxuries that college football and pro football players have, hey, you know what? You gotta go out here and play some football. At the end of the day, all these remedies and little hacks that you can use, go ahead and use them, because if you have the resources, take advantage of them. But at the end of the day, it's a rivalry game. It's gonna get the dub either way. But you will help yourself by having these things in line right now before the game, so the players can feel a little bit more relaxed before kickoff.
That 1-2 football by AG. Folks, when we come back, last segment, we got the RGT. Raff will be spitting it out. Closing segment on this Black Friday. Thanks for riding with us. We'll be right back. Last segment ticket.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, the Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited. All built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of November. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Make the short drive to Pleasantdale and enjoy a great meal at the P-Dale Pub. From prime rib, patty melts, ribeyes, drink specials, and so much more, the P-Dale Pub provides a small-town feel with exceptional service and delicious food. Visit the P-Dale Pub in Pleasantdale today and watch their Facebook page each week to find out their dinner specials.
When your home fills up with family, Aloe Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Aloe Fiber experts install it all. And full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters. And the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Aloe at 866-481-2556 or visit aloefiber.com.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
As you're gearing up for Christmas, it's time to head to Tailored Life in Bennett to get ready with local shopping. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of Christmas trees in all different colors. Plus, many other fall and winter holiday items and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, thanks for coming back with us. We are going to be very quick on this segment. First one, I'm going to say this. John Goodwin, that hosts a show on Wednesday nights here, the Malone Community Hour, does that as well. John is an avid Chicago Bears fan because he's from Chicago, and John is in Chicago right now. AG, I'm going to say this to you real quick before Rav gets to RGT. AG, John says, would you please come and coach the Chicago Bears? Come on.
Hey, hit me on my Instagram. Hey, please. Hey. Yeah, I would. Trust me.
Goodwin, all you got to do is just start a petition up. AG for the Bears. Just put it out there.
I'm a Walter Payton fan. I'm a Jordan fan. I fit right in. Let's go.
I mean, what's worse, Brett Favre going to the Vikings or
I was just going to say that.
Green coaching the Bears?
Hey, that would be the look that Mark Murphy gave me when I went to a Chicago game with my wife Marie, and I wore a Walter Payton jersey and literally walking down the street. I walked past Mark Murphy, the team president, the Packers team president, and when he goes like this, he goes, "What the hell?" I was like, "Hey man, I'm retired. You know, it's a away game. You know, I was like,
what it is.
Oh, it is what it is, bro. You know." I was like, man, I thought it was one time I could wear a Walter Payton jersey and not get any flack, and I walked right into the same pathway as Mark Murphy, the team president. I was like, it can't get any better than this.
Well, John Goodwin says he'd take Stevie Wonder at this point to call plays. He goes, the people in Chicago want his head bad.
I'll take the job.
John Goodwin liked my tweet.
Thank you, John. Yeah, he is absolutely beside himself right now. Raff, hop into the RGT so we get out of here, my man. Go ahead, brother.
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to the birthday boy, our resident electrician, photographer, Cody Stevenson. Awesome dude. Hope you have a very happy birthday. I'm sure Don's got some big plans for you. So I hope you guys have a great day. Happy birthday. And we love you.
Absolutely. Cody Stevenson is just the epitome of a good man. Him and Don both. We call him sis. Little bro, happy birthday to you, man. I hope it's been a great one. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving yesterday as well. Folks, the 80 Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by The Body Lab. The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, offers everything from physical therapy, trigger point dry needling, and cold plunge tub and infrared sauna. Learn more about your schedule, your appointment with Rachel and her amazing team online at thebodylablnk.com, thebodylablnk.com, or visit them right here in Lincoln at 14th and Yankee Hill. Folks, the 80 Attitude Adjustment today is, last night we had dinner at 5, give or take, and the family came over, and I looked down that table, and I felt like Clark Griswold looking down the table, and I played a video of my dad. I was giving an interview, a podcast about a year before he passed away, and hearing his voice, and actually, Rico, full disclosure, Raff and AG, I looked out the window when people were coming up, and I was like, Pops is going to be here. I'm looking out there, I'm like, no, Pops is not going to be here. Mm-hmm. Neither is Mom. But you know what? Dad would say, but you enjoy the people that are in the seat still. It would be a dishonor to them and those of all you listening if you don't honor the people that are still there. And that's what those we've lost would want us to do. So my 80 Attitude Adjustment today is enjoy the seats that are there. Enjoy the people that are still in the seats. Doesn't mean you don't miss the ones who aren't. You don't have tears. We shed plenty of tears, but we laughed a ton. The house was loud, which I enjoyed. The house was very loud. Mm-hmm. There was laughter. There were kids running around, my nieces and nephews. Enjoy the people that are still there. But I miss my daddy, man. But you know what? I'm Pops with him like this. You know what? Hey man, we're gonna eat. We're gonna thank the Lord. and enjoy family. Amen. That's how he would talk. So enjoy your family, folks, this weekend. Some people celebrate their holidays different times. You know, some people would be today and this weekend as far as that goes, but enjoy the people that are in the seats that are still there. AG, what you got for us, little bro?
No, man, I don't piggyback on that, man. Yeah, enjoy the family around you, you know, when you can, because obviously there's, you know, for people that work on the road a lot, you know, like some of us, you miss those opportunities. So when you can, take full advantage of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Raff, take us on home, my man.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Go Big Red tonight. Get her done.
Go Big Red.
And hey, Raff.
Yeah.
And Raff, I'll say this to you, man. Enjoy the Iron Bowl, brother.
I will. I'll give it a shot. I'll give
the Iron Bowl. Auburn versus Alabama. You and Tracy have a great time there, Raffy. AG, be safe, brother.
Hey, bring Bama some bad luck.
Dang.
Roll Tide.
Oh, Lord. Watch your back. Watch your back, Raph. Watch your back down there.
See you guys. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a good day.
We fix basements.
We fix basements.
We fix basements.
We fix basements. We fix basements.
At F Foundation Repair, we've been fixing basements for over 30 years. We're your local foundation repair experts. Our warranties stay here. Our people work here. You can trust us to take care of your home. Go to wefixbasements.com to learn more.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CR-FR Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto.